Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another Tech Tuesday. All right, let's just jump right in. If you're a teacher, I bet you've had that thought. There are just not enough hours in the day. Well, if that sounds familiar, this is for you. We're going to talk about how AI, artificial intelligence, can actually give you back a huge chunk of your week. We're talking 10 hours. This quote, it just hits home, doesn't it? It's not the teaching itself that's exhausting. It's that endless cycle after the bell rings. You know what I mean? The grading, the planning, the parent emails. That's the stuff that keeps you at your desk until your dinner's cold and you're still thinking about tomorrow's first period. And here's the number to prove it: 50 to 60 hours. That's the reality for most teachers. Your contract might say one thing, but the clock says another. And that extra 10, 15, 20 hours a week, that's exactly where burnout starts to set in. So let's talk about what we're calling the teacher burnout trap. Because you're not just a teacher, are you? No. You're a curriculum designer, a counselor, a data analyst, an administrator. You're juggling all of these hats at once. It is a perfect recipe for exhaustion. But what if there's a way out? And that's where AI steps in. Look, the most important thing to get straight right now is how we think about this. AI isn't here to replace you, it's here to relieve you. Think of it as a tool to handle all those draining, tedious tasks so you can get back to what actually matters: teaching. I love this way of putting it. It really is like having a teaching assistant who never gets tired, never needs a coffee break, never sleeps. Imagine that. Someone or something that's always ready to help you prep, grade, and communicate. That's the game changer we're talking about. Okay, let's just face this fear head on because it's a real one. We hear AI and we think automation is taking jobs, but in education, it's a totally different story. The reality is AI is a tool. It's designed to take on the tedious stuff, the busy work, so that you have more time and more energy for what a robot can never do: connect with your students. All right, so where do you start? Where can you get the biggest bang for your buck, time wise? We're going to focus on four main areas, four places where AI can immediately start giving you back those precious hours. We're talking lesson planning, grading, communication, and personalization. Yep, these are the big four: lesson planning, grading and feedback, parent communication, and personalized learning. These are the things that eat up so much time. So let's break down exactly how you can use AI to tackle each one. First up, lesson planning. I mean, this is a huge one, right? Teachers spend hours on this every single week. What if I told you that you could cut that time down from, say, 3 hours to just 20 minutes? I know it sounds crazy, but it's totally possible. So, how do you do it? Well, you use specific tools for specific jobs. You could start with something like ChatGPT or Claude to generate the entire lesson plan framework. Then you take that idea to a tool like CuriPod or Diffit, and boom, it creates your slides and handouts. And for everything else, rubrics, emails, IEP ideas, you've got an all-in-one tool like MagicSchool.ai. And this is what it actually looks like. You write a clear, detailed prompt, just like this example. You're basically telling the AI exactly what you need, and in seconds, you get a solid first draft. The key here is you're no longer staring at a blank page. You're now an editor, a refiner, tweaking it to be perfect for your class. All right, next up, grading. Oh, the grading mountain. For so many of us, this is the biggest time suck, right? That giant pile of papers that just stares at you all weekend. Well, AI can help turn that mountain into a much more manageable checklist. So how does it work? You can feed it a prompt just like this one. You give it your rubric and you ask it to score an essay. But look closely. It's asking for a strength and a growth suggestion for each category. This is so important. It's not replacing you. It's your partner. It's that second set of eyes giving you a starting point for faster, more consistent feedback. okay? Area number 3, communication. Ah, the Sunday night email dread. You open your inbox and there they are. So many emails. AI can be a lifesaver here. It helps you draft professional, warm responses in seconds so you can maintain those great parent relationships without sacrificing your entire evening. I mean, just look at the difference. The old way, spending your Sunday night manually typing out 27 different emails, the new way, getting a great draft generated in seconds, then taking a moment to add your own personal touch. It saves so much time and the quality is still there. And our final area is a big one, personalized learning. We all know how important differentiation is, but let's be real. Creating 3 different of every lesson is just impossible for most of us. Well, AI makes it possible. With a single prompt, you can create tiered materials for your struggling learners, your on-level learners, and your advanced learners. It's a game changer for meeting every kid where they are. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But does it actually work in a real classroom? Let's take a look at a real teacher, Ms. Lopez, and see how she did it. Her story is the perfect example of how to start. She didn't try to do everything at once. She started small, using ChatGPT just for her daily bell ringers. Then, once she was comfortable, she moved on to bigger things like an AI grading template and full lesson plans. And the result? She got 9 hours of her week back. 9 hours? And her takeaway really says it all. AI didn't make me less of a teacher. It gave me my evenings back. It's not about becoming less essential. It's about making this incredibly demanding job sustainable. So what's the big picture here? What is the future of teaching with AI? Well, it's not about doing less work. It's about doing more of the work that matters. When you're not buried in paperwork, you have the brain space to be creative, to connect with kids, to do the things that made you want to be a teacher in the first place. Feeling inspired? Wondering where to begin? Here's a simple 7-day challenge to get you started. The key is don't try to do it all at once. Just pick one small thing each day. Design a mini lesson. Create one rubric. By the end of the week, just take a second to reflect and see how much time you've actually saved. Education doesn't need more superheroes. It needs supported humans. This idea that teachers have to do it all, be it all, that's what causes burnout. Artificial intelligence can be the support system that helps good teachers not just survive, but actually thrive. Because the real transformation happens when you move from just surviving to actually strategizing. You stop drowning in work and you start reclaiming your creativity. You rediscover that spark, that reason you started teaching, and most importantly, you make your career sustainable. As a final note, please like, subscribe, and comment Mini Workshop if you would like a deep dive into AI tools and save time while gaining freedom. So, I'll leave you with this one simple question. Imagine it. You just got 10 hours of your week back. What are you going to do with them? I will see you next week here with AI Carolina for another Tech Tuesday.